The Muskoka Novel Marathon is a 3-day event where a group of writers gets together, and it's an attempt to write an entire novel in a weekend. It's just a chance for writers to have a weekend where they can really focus on their craft, and then to do it for an amazing cause, which just adds a whole another level of depth to it.
Is really this crazy community of writers who come together from all over, not only Ontario, but outside of our province and outside of our country, to spend a weekend in beautiful Muskoka, a nice summer weekend, and they write. And they write for 72 hours, and they write to raise money, and all of that money comes to our wonderful little YMCA program in Huntsville that helps people with literacy problems.
There are so many things that we don't even consider literacy that are just part of everyday life, whether it's the most basic thing like email, reading the news, filling out an application, almost anything. There's so much text involved, and if you can't navigate that, then...
It actually is about changing lives, because we're changing lives of people who are in the program, in the literacy program. We're freeing them, or we're doing it all ourselves, but we're helping them empower themselves, be free, right? Get jobs and so forth.
Well, we have over 100 people that use our literacy program every year, but they all have something in common, and that is they've got gaps in their skills that is holding them back from having the quality of life that they want.
You're raising money for freedom. That's what it is for these people, for the people going through. It's freedom. It's the freedom to do what they want to do when they want to do it, and not have the constraints of not being able to have a block, like any inability to read or the inability to write or understand.
We have some real special people that come to our program, and the one that comes to mind is James. And James really had very, very low skills. He was low at reading, low at writing, understanding materials that are given to him, government forms or banking forms. He really was very intimidated, to the point where he didn't even feel comfortable walking into institutions such as a bank, because he felt he just didn't know enough to even articulate what he needed. And I'm just so proud of how far he's come, because he now comes looking forward to each day he comes, and he sees the value of what he's learning, and he's learning everything from how to punctuate a sentence, where capitals go, what words mean, how to structure sentences together, all these great things that most of us take for granted, but really held him back for participating in a part of life that we would have no trepidation over. He credits it to the YMCA that he was able to walk into a bank and ask them to help him fill out a form for his pension. And that was something he never would have had the bravery to do if it wasn't for what we've been teaching him at the YMCA.
Well, I've learned a bit more now about the benefits of the YMCA literacy program, then it's a really worthwhile thing to give towards this organization. And it's something that I think you can see the tangible results of.
I just want to say a really big thank you to the 40 writers, the volunteers, everybody that was a part of the Novel Marathon, and the money that they raised for our YMCA literacy program. You make the difference in so many people's lives. People you'll never meet, but be assured that they're there and they are grateful for the work that the Y does in helping them gain a better participation, a more full participation in their lives.